Welcome back, Hunters. I'm the Survivalist, and we return Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, the G rank hunts, where we're into the G2 quest now, and we're probably going to focus this week on a few different types of normal shot, light bowgun builds. Like, the big meta is always, again, to the Pierce shots for, like, majority of Monster Hunter. It's very few times you find, like, outliers to that. But because of that, I do like trying to find the outliers or the ones that are a little different or such. So this is basically going to be the 1,000 shots build that we're going to show off. I have no credit to actually, like, making this myself. It's reading through some guides or that about, like, what kind of bowgun builds you should kind of have for, like, helping you in progression through G rank or stuff. This is one that came up as an interesting one, and once you've played it and tried it, it is a little fun to have. So I think what we'll do is maybe we'll start looking at going after Malfestio, because that's a nice monster that I think because of how its placement is in Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, it kind of gets outpowered so quickly. Yeah, you know what, we'll go to the Deserted Island, because we've been to the Rune Pinnacle for so much. We'll go to Moga Island, or Desert Islands they call it, and go after that. But what this build is it uses an aspect of the Seregios light bowgun, and this is back before Rise and Sunbreak, because in Rise and Sunbreak, they kind of neutered heavily how the Seregios stuff used to work. It used to be if you had any of their weapons equipped, whether it's Blade Master or Gunner, a dodge would give you sharpness back for Blade Master, or for the bowguns, it would load in a round of ammunition. So it's like the precursor to the Evade Reload bowgun mod that came in, like, Iceborne. But where this can really go stupid is not actually with the Adept style, where it's like, you dodge, get full reload. No. This gets stupid when you combine it with the Valor style at the full gauge. Because you have to remember, every time you do a dodge, you get a little shot off. And now you're also reloading a shot back, which means you could go basically chaining shots to have constant fire going out without worry. So what we've got here are Ammo Saver, just keep the normal 2 up. Precision I just slotted in because we had like only 4 charm slots and there wasn't anything I could get otherwise for a skill. Normal up, Haphazard, although we could probably replace Haphazard with something else, but I think it'll be fine. And Fur is just from that talisman we've been using. So yeah, let me just get a meal in. I think what we'll actually go for is the Tempered. I don't actually know what the difference between like how much powerful Sharpshooter is just for normal compared to Temper. So we'll probably just start using Temper from now on. I should look into it and see. But yeah, we're going to try a few different normal builds this week to show those off. See what they can do, and just go after some of these G2 monsters. And I think everything looks pretty good in the inventory. Yeah, we don't really need a lot of ammo for the hunt going forward. So we'll head out with this. The only thing I might have to check is to see if I put that SP thing onto the Absolute Readiness I took with us. If we really wanted to go full more normal shot. We could have tried the charge shot, but let me just take a look. I don't know if it'll... No, it's build up as small, so I don't have the SP to it. Oh, and it started us off up in the secret area of the Deserted Island. Yeah, I don't really have any tools, and I don't really need to gather anything, so we'll just look at finding the Malfestio. And Malfestio, again, it's a neat monster, but I think the only problem is it kind of comes into a place where it like gets outpowered by other stuff very quickly to have the most fun it can. I know it has the deviant form, I can't remember if it's a Night Cloak or it's something else. Oh, no, not here, my bad. Alright, Malfestio being the big owl monster, it likes hiding out in the woods to start with. So yeah, let's head over here and go after it. And I'm recording this on the same day as the latest Monster Hunter Showcase and the 5th trailer for Wilds has gone out, as well as the news about the open beta that's going to be available to test come the, basically next week. And it'll give me a chance to see how badly it hurts my computer to try to run it. As you saw there, okay, you know, one thing I should try doing is using the... Yeah. Now I'm going to try using the, more like quick scope thing to get used to that, because I probably should at this point. But once we can get the Valor gauge off, yeah, now you see every dodge is now letting me reload a shot too. So this is where the bowgun just completely chains over and over. You could probably improve some of the things with this about, like, giving it evade distance. Oh, although you do have to be mindful you're not invulnerable with all the evading you could do. But yeah, you could give, like, evade distance, evade plus. But it makes it so you almost never have to reload again. As long as you've got at least one round of the chamber and you can get your Valor gauge going. It's not going to probably do, like, the same amount of numbers as you would have with, like, the Piercer meta builds. But gameplay-wise, it's pretty cool to just be able to keep shooting over and over and over. And almost not even have to rely on the scope, thanks to Malfestio's size. But yeah, I think it's October 31st, they're going to have open beta for Wilds on Steam and Xbox. PlayStation's getting it a little sooner, but again, I'm Steam, so not real point to worry about that too much. But I highly doubt I'll be able to really run the game on my setup. But I don't think I'll be looking at trying to get the GeForce Now for, like, just the... I think it's only like a... I can't remember how long it runs for. Isn't maybe a few days, a weekend? I'm not... I'll have to look into more, like, what the full duration of the beta is. But I do like there's this opening to try and see, like, okay, how is it performing? What systems can handle it, can't? And see how it goes. And then the new trailer... I'm kind of a little mixed on some of the new stuff that's been revealed, like some of the new monsters. I don't want to spoil anything too much for people who are avoiding it, but they don't super feel like Monster Hunter designs to me, well, except for the third, oddly enough. I feel they're, like, belong in a different game. And yeah, this is where... Again, this build can kind of bully the monsters if you want to use it for that. The only thing I haven't gone off yet has been a knockout. Oh, but there's a little bit of stamina drain effect. And I might be mistaken, but I'm not sure if there's any way to boost up, like, the sidestep shots. Like, you have the skills like Pierce up, Normal up, Pellet up, Heavy up. I don't know if the sidestep shots would count as, like, Normal Shot. I think they don't have that. They might get affected by, like, your raw value, so, like, if you get attack up, it does give you some bonus there. Another part break. But for the most part, it is just using normal. And every so often getting a dodge in if you do run a little low. Cool. Another part break. Again, if you want to, you could slot in the charge shot to have that as the benefit from, like, the normal up, but I prefer to have the absolute readiness just because it does give you that little bit of, like, get out of jail free card if you do need to pop it off. And I don't actually know which way Malfestio's... No, you know what? I think I actually ran the opposite way I should have. I think he's going up where we started. So yeah, we'll follow up, and then I'll try to turn the focus back onto Malfestio for the rest of the hunt, since I'm so distracted there. But yeah, the 5th trailer for Monster Hunter Wilds is out. The open beta's coming up soon. I'll see if I can manage to get that on the PC. Even if I can just download it and see how bad it chugs along. It gives me an idea of, like, okay, could I even do a video on that or not? And then, yeah, that's that wrap up. Yeah, I feel bad going after Malfestio. Like, it's a really neat design for a monster. I think it's because Malfestio's gimmick isn't something you can really get as, like, a hunter, where it's like... See if we can kind of get it enraged, so that way I can get it to show off its abilities a bit better. Also deal with one of Monster Hunter's most annoying things, the Bullfangos. Oh, yeah. Come on, get ticked off and show us some power. I mean, eventually we probably will go after its deviant form in the series. But again, I'll tackle those after we've gone through, like, the the actual generation, or all the G rank quests and just the basic ones of that. I don't think I'll be trying out the extremes because I don't think I'm good enough to be able to, like, do it consistently where we could actually succeed in a hunt of one. And I've only taken down a couple, and those took a few tries alone. There we go. Okay, now he's enraged. We'll try to get hit by the powder, because, like, Malfestio is a really status-heavy monster. Oh, okay, there it was. That was just a regular attack. Yeah, it utilizes mostly sleep as well as its own unique ability, which is... Oh, here we go. Confusion, where basically it reverses your controller inputs. So if you're trying to run away from the monster, you actually have to be pointing towards the monster. If you're trying to run left, you have to point right, stuff like that. It's a neat concept, but it's something where you can't really bring it over to be used by the hunter against monsters, so... All of Malfestio's utility really lies in sleep sets, and... I'm not... What was that? Oh! Hi, Tetsu! For a second, I thought it was going to be a Devil Joe or something. It sounded larger. Actually, I should be careful. Oh, no, thankfully one of the cats did dung bomb him. Yeah, the Palicos do have minor utility in G rank, but it really feels like they drop off usefulness once you've hit start into G rank. I know there are different, like, specialties for them. Ooh. Okay, that was all of our normal 2, and I think, truth be told, we might be close to having it actually taken right down. Because I don't think there's any more part breaks left on the thing to go through. Tail looks to be broken, the wings are both broken, and the little, like, head crests, whatever you want to call them, are. And you know what, let's go for Tri-Blast. And this is also where... the Seregios light bowgun is pretty good too, because we can get fast reloads of, like, the Tri-Blast. Well, I guess we're really just liking that. God, survived all 3 of the Tri-Blasts. Yeah, the G rank, even the small monsters show the health pools they have. Of course, Generations Ultimate doesn't have, like, anything for, like, scaling health to the monsters either. And they're set at a... I can't remember what the full health is set at. I don't think it's, like, a full 2 times the health of, like, the village stuff. Oh, there he is. I think it's like 1.5, 1 3/4. But yeah, that's where I like Absolute Readiness. It's just nice, quick, get out of jail if you need it. Although, truth be told, I probably should be relying more on just the native evade thing. And we'll just use that. There we go, snapped out of that. Like, I think against certain monsters where pierce shots might not really be able to work that well because they're either too small a size or the hit zones aren't that great. I think there is a use for the normal builds. It's just that they are a little more limited. There we go. Malfestio taken down. I really like the design and the concept of it. It just... Unless you're going for a sleep build, you probably won't really be after any of the equipment from it. And again, it's one of those things, it kind of reminds me of a little bit of like Brachydios in a way for the series. It has an element or an aspect to the monster itself that, although Brachydios stuff, you do have access to Blast Element pretty reliably through a lot of Blade Master stuff, you don't really have a way to access its, Malfestio's confusion thing for monsters. I'm not sure if it could even be something where it just, like, has a status boost to something else, or, like, a better stamina drain, or actually gives stamina drain. It is a status you can hit with. But yeah, it just feels like for where you fight Malfestio, it is memorable, but it's not memorable in the gear to keep you thinking of, oh yeah, I gotta go hunt these. I like hunting these. These give me something for it. Great design, great monster, but hard to say if we'll ever see it come back or not. The reverse controls gimmick or thing is quite nice and a fun little quirk, but it might be one of those better things if it's just a passing fad or passing interest than a much more focused on element. Yeah, we'll send all that away, send those over. And those are both junk. So we'll save that. Maybe what I'll do is I will switch over to, instead of the Absolute Readiness, we'll take the Charge Shot for the next hunt to go into like the full bore normal shot for this set. Because we do still have a fair bit of time. Now, I'll do that. I just gotta head down to the prep area to switch out the style. Charge Shot. Goes from medium to extra large with it, so I don't know if I want to do that. You know what? We haven't actually used the SP all that much, so maybe we will crack that open, or we'll try that out. And I think, with talking about Wilds earlier, I think we're going to go after Congalala, another returning monster to Wilds, which feels a little out of left field for, like... Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll... Actually, nah, I'll go for that one. I don't really need the Lucky Cat thing from it. Yeah, Congalala is a surprise return for Wilds. No, sorry, we not G2, not G3. And I thought I'd seen it for one. Wasn't too, there we go. Yeah, hunt the Congalala. It's really mostly been like this joke, silly monster that, I mean, makes a fair point for being like a early rank physical monster that has some capability of status stuff, but I certainly was not expecting it to be coming back to Wilds as like one. And truth be told, even Yonkatku as another returning one to Wilds has surprised me, but at least that one I can kind of see is like you're trying to get maybe an early I was going to say an early elemental monster, but there is that new cockatrice-like thing that uses fire, so I'm not really sure how to sort that out in a way. I guess, again, we just have to wait for Wilds to eventually come out and see what it all has on offer. Let's find a big monkey. I can't remember where he starts off in the jungle. I probably also should start learning to bring paintballs with me as I'm going through some of these hunts, just that way it's not too much wandering around looking, but I'll probably be making the same mistake for a little while going forward. No, actually, it might be he's up on the very northern region. That little, like, secluded island that connects to... Oh, no, there he is. Yeah, you know what, let's start with slicing. Not that there's actually anything we can cut off with it, but it is a good shot type for building up the Valor gauge pretty quick. Because it does give you a little bit of the initial hit, and then all of the little slices off afterwards do count to help it out too. And then we do have the extra handle, or I shouldn't say extra handle, but like the entire gimmick of this, which is having the evade reload helps out a lot for these. And of course, I was talking about no matter the entry, the Bullfango are a little annoying. Now, I should try to keep us in the Valor boosted state, because that does give me another recoil reduction. That does help for getting these. Okay, you know what, I'm going to shoot one of you just to help get rid of it. But Congalal is probably a monster, I would say, where Pierce might not be that effective compared to, like, a normal build, because I think Congalala's weakest spot is the head and face. So you won't really get a lot of Pierce procs if you do build that way and try to go up against it. Oh, thank you, Natalie. Oh, careful. Yeah, so, nope. Yeah, he's probably going to try to find some food. Oh, no, he has the mushroom in his tail, so he probably is just going to work at having that. See if I can get the claws broken soon. Now, like, truth be told, I don't know if the Valor state is all that much worth it for some things, given, like, it does extend the time till he can use the base art again. And it's also a temporary thing, too, so after so long, the SP effect... I thought I was going to get hit by the Bullfango again, but... seems we got lucky. I think he's going to change the area. Yeah. Yeah, that kind of long run makes me think, whee! Can we see him? Yeah, there he goes. That's one thing I do miss a little bit about, like, how Monster Hunter does go a little bit for, like, ecology focus. It's just, like, some of the silly stuff you'll see. No, not down here. I think he's actually going to the area we just came from. But yeah, seeing the giant monkeys flying off like Rajang or Congalala, it's a little bit of quirky fun that we didn't really get from World onwards. Now, I kind of, in some ways I do prefer that. I feel like they are fit for like a side stream, or sort of like how Rise was... I'm trying to think of how to consider like Rise. More like portable focused, I guess? Keep, like, one the more, like, realism takes on Monster Hunter, but then there's no reason why you can't also have, like, a side one that's more gameplay, action focused than others. Oh, there was one break. We heard that. Now, I think the third normal build I'll try this week or to end the week off with, might be a focus build to help us get these charge shots out faster. And it looks like I gotta get the claws broken on his other arm, and then that's all part breaks possible. Oh, wow. I mean, I was talking about how normal could be used for some stuff, but just between the slicing and... yeah, just with the slicing and some of the charge shots, he's already limping and running off like that. Yeah, I'm trying to remember where he's going to go to sleep. Because he's flying off pretty far to somewhere. And it's not here, so it makes me think maybe the little island way up north is where he's gone. Or it could be to the nest that's just over... yeah, I'm not sure where he's actually gone. Starting next episode, I'll remember to bring the paintballs with me, just so that way it's easier to track and know. Like, see, with how long it seemed like he was still in the area after he'd taken off, it makes me think maybe he flew off over this way? But I can't be 100% sure on it. Oh, yeah, he is here somewhere. Oh, there's his dignified sleeping pose. Right up the butt. If I was talking about, like, a normal build, truth be told, I think the slicing build was even better. Nope, still got hit by the, little effect there. Oh. Yeah, the haphazard is probably the better skill that I should have built for. I mean, I might even take this again. Maybe another week we'll take this out and make a more, like, dedicated or slicing build. Because my thinking is, if I didn't really use normal ult that much, I could probably try replacing it with, like, say, an attack up large or something else. And get even better results than this. Oh, completely missed with that shot. There we go. Gongalala conquered. I'm not sure what we'll see for differences in, like, its fighting style in Rise. Or, sorry, not Rise, in Wilds. It looks like it's going to have things like its breath attack, its fart attack, number of, like, the trademarks it's known for, but I'm expecting there's going to be some new elements to it as well. It might have more incorporation with, like, the congas, or, like, the little versions of them in hunts, because of how Wild is trying to keep it, like, pack and herd focused, or whatever you want to call that. Yeah, might as well deal with them. But yeah, it's another nice, easy monster. Usually goes into, like, starting you off with, like, some... I think it's mostly raw damage, not really affinity to the weapons and such. I know for the bowguns, it's kind of one of your introductions more so to piercing shots. But overall, another couple monsters down from the roster, and we'll keep going with some other builds this week. Next episode, we're going to be taking out one of the deviant weapons set, or one of the deviant armor sets and weapons, and going through one of the unique builds that you could get in Generations Ultimate. It's a pretty niche one, but we'll explain a little bit more then, and go over, like, how it can sometimes outweigh its general negatives that come with it. But overall, a nice start into the G2 quests, and then we'll see what else we want to go after come the next episodes this week. For now, though, thank you guys very much for joining me on this episode of Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. If you did like the video, be sure to give it a like, and if you have any comments, tips, or tricks, be sure to leave the comments right down below. Until I see you all in the next video or episode, Hunters and Survivors, please remember, as always, to take care, stay alive, and happy hunting.